This is Brad with ProLite Gear, and today I want to show you how to set up the Big Agnes Seedhouse 3 and just basically go over the feature sets with you. This is my personal tent. I use it for me, my wife, my dog, or if three of us guys are going out for a weekend to go fishing in the back country. I used to own the previous version of this, which really wasn't a three-person tent. It was narrow in the head and the tail of the tent, and they got wider in the centers. So what happened was you could only put two pads down the middle of the tent with some extra room off to the side, so not really a three-person. This version of the tent, Big Agnes has taken it and turned it into one big rectangle, which makes it a real three-person tent. And after I show you how to set this up, there's going to be another slight video following this, and I moved it onto a spot where you can actually see how big the shelter is. Tent body, this is the tent fly, stake bag, and poles. Big Agnes tents are historically very, very easy to put together because all the poles are put together using these hub systems. This is the spreader bar. I'm going to try and walk up to the camera here. Shane, can you see the hub? Should I put it in front of my jacket there? So you can see that all the tents go to this main little hub, or all the poles, so it's really easy to pitch. This tent is big Y in the front, little Y in the back. Just like this. And there's nice little grommets on each of the stakeout points that these sit in. And you run up here. And now the last one. Alright, and then the next step, you take the little clips, clip everything together. Shane, you want to jump out from behind the camera and clip these up so the video doesn't take half an hour to 6 doing this? Thank you, sir. Alright, and then the original Seedhouse 3, this is what it looked like. They never took a spreader bar across the top, so Big Agnes adapted the spreader bar from the very popular copper spur series. There's these little balls, I don't know if you can see that on there, that fit directly into these really neat little plastic clips. You just snap the ball in like that, set this out across the top. And it looks like you're going to be pulling too hard on this, but you're really not. Reach down, snap it in there, and so now you get a shelter that doesn't come to a precipice, it just doesn't come to a point right here, which cuts down a lot of headroom. And of course I don't have a way of staking out this tent very well to put the fly on. The fly does have quick buckles that'll connect it down to the corners there, so it really makes the fly easy to put on. As far as height goes in this shelter, I am 6'2", and I have plenty of headroom in this shelter. Two of us could easily, with the spreader bar, as you kind of be mindful of where your head's at, sit inside here, sit Indian style, play cards, eat a meal, kind of whatever you need to inside of a tent. So, this is part one of this video. I will show you a size comparison in the next little video, and then we'll show you one with the Rainfly on. Hi everyone, this is Brad with ProLite Gear, and today I want to show you the Big Agnes Seedhouse 3. It looks a little bit different than our shop right now because the tent is actually set up in my bedroom. This is the Seedhouse 3 from Big Agnes, a ton of space. Just so you know, this is a king-size bed that I've put it on, and we have the one edge basically staked out from the very head of the bed to the foot, and right here the foot is actually hanging off by a good, we'll say 8 inches. So it's about 8 inches longer than a king size bed. Then we're going to run over to this side and show you it's about 8 inches narrower, so you could really easily get 3 people in this thing or 2 people and a dog, and that's what we're planning on doing with it. Tons of interior space. I can sit Indian style wherever that spreader bar is at with ease. Tons of headroom, really usable space. Something that I really think Big Agnes did a good job with is the organization. We'll try and get a little bit better picture, but back there in the corner you've got little stow pockets on both sides. And then here at the head of the shelter, you've got another little stow pocket as well to throw some gear in. An incredibly roomy shelter. Compared to the previous Seedhouse 3, there was no spreader bar. Big Agnes took that from their Copper Spur series and included it in this. Before, the walls of the shelter would just come straight up to the center and really didn't give you a lot of headroom, so one person could basically sit up at a time. With that spreader bar, easily 2 people can sit up, play cards with it, all kinds of stuff. I'm doing this on the bed just to kind of show you size relationship. I know some people can tell you it's a 3-person, but I figured this would be a good way just to show that this really is a huge shelter for 3 pounds 8 ounces. I should have another video following this one showing it with the Rainfly on. Hi, this is Brad with ProLite, and this is the final little segment of my little overview of the Big Agnes Seedhouse 3 tent. Sorry for it being broken up like this. We've been trying to get outside to do this video forever, but in Montana right now it snows every 15 minutes and there's sun, so we're taking advantage of a little gap in the weather to show you what the fly looks like and how it goes on. So I've got the seed house already set up here. We're just going to take the fly, unfurl it here real quickly. And Big Agnes has a real nice thing. They give you buckles to clip in rather than having to lift up stakes or hook things back onto the stake on the outside. What I'm trying to do here is locate the front door and put the appropriate buckle into the system right there. There we go. Got a little confused there. And you can see right here, there's a little clip that clips in to the side of the tent. So when you have it pitched, it actually will bring out the side of the tent as well with the fly to give it more tension. Big Agnes has done a really good thing with this shelter. Sorry, I'm off camera here for a second. Put down the rear stake. You actually get a lot of breathability through the shelter because they bring the tail out away from the body, so you get nice cross ventilation. And Big Agnes on this shelter really gives you a big vestibule. So here's the Seedhouse 3 with the vestibule on. As you look inside here, you've got approximately 3 feet by 70 inches wide to put all of your gear. If you have any questions about this shelter, please feel free to give us a call, 406-582-0508, or send us an email at info@ProLiteGear.com. Thanks for watching.